everybody. My name is Dio Morales, your host of the Gold Squadron podcast, and we're coming to you live from round 2 of the Denver System Open. And today, I'm joined by
Asa Graff. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Gold Squadron podcast. You thought I was going to say back to dial, but not happening. On the left, we have Birmingham Baron Joel Killingsworth. On the right, facing off against John Hennon with the poor, tragic B-Wing.
Yeah, he's broken. We were able to find some super glue, but the timer has started, so probably not going to have time to do that unless John has his dials down super early and Joel is unsure what to do.
One of these lists is absolutely kitted out, and one of these lists is fairly bare. So let's get down to business right here. Let's look at that vendor.
Oh my! Can I get some gumboats in the chat? Jump gumboats! All right, I got this. Sorry, Asa.
No, it's okay.
I'm taking it. I'm too excited for my gumboats.
It's all right. It's okay. Chat's got us covered already.
All right, so we got Colonel Jendon with Emperor Palpatine. Colonel Jendon allowing himself and friendly ships to take long-range target locks early in the game. You got Major Vinder with Trick Shot, Fire Control System, Advanced Proton Torpedoes, Advanced Slam, and the OS-1 loadout. That is a thick.
Take a moment.
That is
a thick
Vinder. So if you can't comprehend this thickness, let's break it down real quick. So Vinder's ability says, while you defend, if you are disarmed, roll 1 additional defense dice. It's a great get-out-of-town mechanic, okay?
Yep.
Now, the OS-1 title says that while you have exactly 1 disarm token, if you can still perform proton torpedoes. It is going to be proton. Torpedo and missile attacks against targets you have locked. He's going to have that lock super early. Basically, he's going to be able to come in, do an advanced slam to get into position. You get a missile off, and then you run away.
One important caveat on that, you cannot spend the lock if you do so with OS-1. So
Ben
it's not a
Doyle,
great shot.
thank you for your donation there, $2. Thank you.
So it's not a great shot, but it is still a shot nonetheless when you can get that positioning, get the drop on your opponent. And then, of course, we have bringing up the least kitted out, but most expensive part of this list, a 73-point Darth Vader with Fire Control System and Afterburners. That's all you need.
Yeah.
In fact, if you want to fly him slimmer, don't necessarily always need a Fire Control System, but he's very good with it. Darth Vader, a fantastic hammer to put home what Vinder starts laying down.
That's
now,
right.
let's talk about John Hennon's list. We have Ten-Num, Braylon Strom, Wedge Antilles, and Cassian Andor in that U-Wing. 2 very strong B-Wings backed up by the hammer that is Wedge Antilles, with Cassian with Leia, of course, enabling all this Rebel beef.
Rebel beef.
Indeed.
Love it, love it, love it. So timer is going here. Looks like we have Vader up at the top with Jendon. That's
an excellent position for him to be in. Vader benefits extremely greatly from coordinates coming off of Jendon. So he is going to be able to have a pseudo-supernatural reflexes when he needs it. Joel actually not using the ST321 title in order to get a larger bid. Joel's running at, I believe, 194.
Yeah.
Was that a large 6-point bid to enable Vinder and Vader to get the upper hand on their opponents, both of those ships wanting to move second, but Vader will still benefit from those coordinates. John facing his 2 top ships down towards the bottom side of the board, and then the B-Wings facing straight in. So here we have round 1. The U-Wing taking an aggressive 3-bank maneuver down towards pilot right, towards the bottom of the board. He is magnetized. Look at him banking in. Pivot wing open in attack position.
So fancy.
Beautiful repaints there.
So
saw some close-ups posted on Reddit the other day. Those were absolutely spectacular.
So Ten-Num is the yellow one, just for reference here.
I just heard their clock.
Okay, so we just reset their clock.
It's counting up.
Got it. Okay, so we did give them a reset. We're good.
Yep, we're good. Okay, perfect.
That's awesome for them. I'm glad they got the
extra couple minutes.
Yep.
Thank you, D-Yun.
D-Yun. Boom.
Not to be confused with D-Yon.
Correct.
Who is sitting right here next to me.
Which, man, his name is David. I don't know if you guys know that. His name is David. Goes by D. My name is Dion. Now, people can never call me D in the X-Wing community. It's impossible. I've been bamboozled out of my own name.
So do you see this as a strong play to catch Vinder?
I mean, when you ignore that gunboat in this build, I believe, mind you, I haven't seen this played. I'm just kind of knowing how
We've
he
heard
played.
a lot about
We've
this
heard
list.
a lot about it. I think it's smart to try to get it off the table because of how maneuverable it is. You got a lot of arcs. You got 4 ships out there. You spread them out, and you make sure that you catch them.
I think you're right. There's also the ability with Vinder to hit the hardest out of anything in this list. And with Leia, he's not that open to a flanking attempt from Vader. Vader and Jendon are so far up towards the top of the board right there, and with how fast that John is moving, he's not as vulnerable as you might initially expect to maneuver like this. Wedge's S-foils are closed. He's doing a 4 straight 1 boost down towards the bottom of the board. Vinder still has a lot of options, though. Those slam maneuvers, he could, 2-turn, just get right back out of dodge, force John into a chasing battle, which is something that Vinder is much, much better at.
Oh, yeah.
Got one more subscriber there. Thank you, Hawkrat.
Woo, woo. Let's go ahead and get a poll out there. I see the people. Hey, Dion, where's our poll?
They're chomping at the bit.
That's
right.
right.
Here.
We want to vote.
This is going to be an interesting one too,
These
because
are both,
I think these are both very evenly matched lists. Both the Rebel Beef is an archetype that we have seen. It's proven. Tennum, Braylon, Wedge, Cassian, all excellent points, of course, backed then by Leia.
Now, make sure you guys pay attention here. The poll's about to go up. So you got Joel and John. So Joel, Killingsworth, Empire is 1, and John Hennon 2 for Rebel. So go ahead, get your votes in now. Now, I have been actually, this last week, I played this list because I saw that it was went second place.
John Hennon's list?
Mm-hmm, yeah. Went second place at a System Open in the UK. And it's just a really efficient squad, giving 10 Nub elusive there so that he also has defensive rerolls. You want to try to get him a target lock if you can with his action, and then there's all kinds of different things you want to do. But both of these B-Wings are super beefy. They have options on defense and offense. Super great.
Yep. Cassian Andor, they're removing the stress from 10 Num using his ability.
Mm-hmm.
So you think we're going to see, I think at some point Vinder's probably going to bait and switch, try to run. Is this the turn for that, or is he going to hang out there, wait maybe once more?
Yep. Is Luke Townsend in the chat right now? Because he was the one who was second. Nope. All right.
Fast 4 straight.
Oh, he is. He is in the chat.
Andor. Yeah.
Luke Townsend. Luke.
Congratulations, Luke.
Fishy Townsend. Shout out there.
Fast 4 straight and focus from Cassian. Jendon, after stalling last turn, will now 1 bank pilot right down towards the center of the board.
Now, as these players do their opening maneuvers here, I do want to say a huge thank you to our sponsor for this round, Curled Paw Creatives. Use that code Denver19 for 20% off of your order of $15 or more. He very rarely does 20% off coupons, guys. This is a great time to jump on anything you've been hesitating on. If you need some extra tokens, get yourself a set of acrylic templates, whatever you need, go to curlpawcreatives.com.
Speaking of tokens, if you're curious about the designs, those are the designs that we see on the stream tokens, those large size tokens, the focuses, the evades, the calculates, whatever we've got coming out. Those are Curl Paw Creative streams. It was creative tokens. It looks like Tennum bumped into the back of Cassian there, trying to leapfrog, but not quite fast enough.
So he's got time. He's got time. It might just be a thing of just trying to slow it down.
Keep arcs wide, too, because we do know that Vinder can disengage very, very effectively. So if you leave your options open, it gives you a lot of options.
ISO fan, did we do all the giveaways already? We didn't have enough time to give away. I just realized it went through. I'm like, oh crap! We literally hit everything.
Everything.
All the things.
Don't worry, we've got more coming up.
We got more coming up.
Dion says he's holding something in reserve.
I do have something in reserve.
565 players watching. That's 565 potential people to be eligible for these giveaways. All you have to do is type in the chat. Listen to Dion when he gives you more directions. 1 bank from Vinder, indeed, just trying to keep range.
All right, 1 bank. Keep it nice and chill. Has options, checking for the target lock. Oh,
there
Joel likes this.
Yeah, Joel loves
this.
Just
one-on-one, baby.
Shot, one-on-one. Number 2 lock coming down on actually Wedge. Jendon must have activated. We missed that, so he's actually taking the lock on the Wedge Antilles. Interesting that he's not just going to try to pop a torpedo off at Braylon there.
Yeah. I mean, Wedge does a ton of damage, so you want to try to get it off the board. Get a little barrel roll action here from Wedge. ISO for the Gold Squadron Podcast, I challenge you to set another round or sub donation goal. Okay, I will think about this.
Yeah.
I will ponder.
Maybe we can get another set of those Pikachu tokens from John.
Yeah, there you go.
You get, what, 500 subs?
Yeah.
Vader coming in with a lock on Wedge as well. Jendon showing his absolute power right here.
Here we go. 3 hits. Defending.
Spending Palpatine's force there. Taking 1, 2 shields on Major Vinder.
Yep. So Palpatine, that's something we haven't really seen on the board. Turns out still good.
Primary weapon from Vinder into Braylon. 1 hit. Handily evaded.
So with the limited amount of torpedoes that he had, because Vinder doesn't want to be rolling around reloading.
Right.
He wants to try to get away all that ordnance before having to reload. So that might be the other reason why we got the target lock onto Wedge, just trying to get him off the board.
Now it is very risky though if he decides to come right at Wedge this next turn. He does have some options to be turning out and then slamming back in, but he doesn't have the greatest shot with those torpedoes. Dion, do you think that we'll see Vinder trying to disengage this round and angle for a better shot? Or is he just going to come right in?
I don't think Vinder has an escape route, though.
I could possibly see him, doing some manner of 3 straight 3 bank or 3 straight 3 turn up that direction.
I mean, yeah, I agree. That would be it. But I think because of you are struggling.
I am struggling with
bus,
that.
man.
Yeah.
Because you go 3 straight, you go 3 bank, but this is literally all this just kind of banks in, and you're just giving up the backside of Vinder for nothing. So I think, honestly, the solution is to go in hard. You go in hard. You try to take away some shots by getting a couple blocks on your grill, and you try to blow somebody away with an advanced proton torpedo.
You got to try. Hopefully, that's Wedge. Now, Jendon is pretty far out. He's probably not going to be able to bring to bear this round. Vader could possibly make it, though, especially with afterburners in the can. He can definitely come in very quickly. It's tough to tell if something like a 5 straight would clear that pickle gas cloud right there.
You know what? We have all 3 of them on. We're going to take an opportunity to do this here in a minute.
Yeah.
It's not a pickle. You blasphemy. Hey, where is this? All right, looks like we're back to dials.
Indeed.
All right.
Joel definitely considering his options very hard right here. I think this is this perhaps could be the critical turn for Vinder, because the one thing he really doesn't want, I mean, if he disengages, that's one thing, but he really doesn't want Vinder to get splashed without firing, more than half of that ordnance. There's a very good chance that, especially considering he took 2 shields off last round, Vinder could, if he gets trapped, lose the rest of his shields and some, or in all of his hull if he gets hit by all 4 of those arcs. So he has to be really, really careful. Really, really careful to not to be able to maximize the ordnance that he does have. And that means staying alive for at least 4 turns to be able to fire it. So he really does not want to die right here. In terms of what we've got in our poll, we have, that looks like 87 votes. Joel eking out a small lead over John.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty. When it comes to matchup polls, it's actually pretty close.
Right.
A lot of times these matches can be pretty one-sided in what the public opinion is. So kind of surprised, honestly, to see it that close.
Now Cassian is, looks like not
Coordin-
coordinating. That's just
Mark
a
it
mark.
off.
That's just a mark. Here's
He's coming
a
in 3 bank. He's
Very
trying to
aggressive.
take up
Yes,
some
he
space.
is.
He might be trying to block that. Actually, wouldn't block a 3
It might block
forward.
a 3 bank left or 3 bank right, possibly. I don't think so.
I don't think so, yeah.
That's close. I'm not sure it blocks really anything, but it does give him a lot of board presence. It gives him a great opportunity to turn towards the top of the board if Vader and Jendon become a threat next turn. And it will force Vinder to slam out of there if he does end up right in front of that arc.
And Jendon not caring about that cloud. Just go ahead, 2 bank over it.
He just got to get his gun in the fight.
Yep. I got 3 dice. Let's use them.
Yep.
I mean, the Lambda is one of those ships, even in first edition, that was taken for granted because, like, oh, whatever. But the players that won with it are the ones that knew how to get that gun off.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
And there's no change in second edition. 3 dice is 3 dice. If you can modify it with something like ST321, that is fantastic. But if not, you're still rolling 3 dice. You have a lot of board presence, and that is really the trick. Hey, it looks like we might have another stretch goal.
we do.
What do we have, Dion?
I'm working on it. I got to make it prettier
All right,
first.
Perfect. In the meantime, there 2 bank from Braylon, or from 10 right there, trying to head off that Vinder maneuver and leave himself open. Indeed, there's a 3 straight from Vinder coming right into the thick of things.
Yep, that's range 1, baby.
Yes, it is. Is that your opportunity for the advanced proton torpedo, or you just focus and try to catch Wedge?
I don't think. I mean, you probably just focus and try to catch Wedge.
Well, here's the thing though, is that if Wedge comes in straight, he's got a great barrel roll to dodge that arc. So part of me thinks that if you anticipate something like that, then if I were Joel, I might just put my target lock down onto somebody else, try to pop one of those advanced torpedoes, and hope. Because if Wedge dodges your arc, that is so much more damage.
That hurts so much. Looks like he might be deciding to slam.
Indeed, he is.
So he's taking that extra die defensively.
And he'll be slamming 3 hard out. Advanced slam likely for a focus here for defensive mods. There's our weapons disabled token. Will he advance slam? There's the curl paw weapons disabled token. That's what we want to see. Stress and advanced slam for the focus.
So remember, the weapons disabled does give Vinder the extra agility. We'll see what Wedge does here.
There's a 2 bank.
That would have dodged the arc. That would have dodged it.
I'm assuming his S foils were closed at that point.
Yeah.
So he could have always just boosted in and got that shot. So I think definitely the right call to not be all committed on Wedge there when he's in that sort of position. In fact, we do see a boost.
Here's the boost with those closed wings.
Yep. Now Vinder will only be taking 1 shot now that Wedge didn't come in hard on him.
Yeah.
So with
Great
that
choice by
weapons
Joel.
disabled token, he's also poised to slam back around next turn, start getting back into the fight. I think that's a great option.
Vader's
Assuming, of course, that 10 doesn't just natty and put some real damage through.
It can happen. Well, I mean, 10 has focus and a stress. He's got modifiers. Vader's coming in, probably going to get a barrel roll here as he is facing the bacon.
Yep. I'm not sure that this is quite the time for afterburners yet. It's possible he could get down there with a boost and get just barely range onto 10. Might be able to.
Yeah, that would get you range.
Yes, and in fact, there we go. There's a charge off of afterburners.
And there it is. Has the force available to do extra actions.
And there comes the lock.
And looking, he's got the U-wing and both B-wings. He's going to go ahead and
lock 10.
take it on 10.
And force for a focus as well.
That's a good trade. Focus is better than a force.
Exactly. All right, now Vader coming in range 3 to 10. Is that obstructed?
Can't see it because we got a beautiful scalp in the way.
Indeed.
Here we go. We'll know by how many dice it rolls. Here's Joel. Hit.
Spending that focus.
Yep.
For 2 hits and a crit. Advanced targeting computer.
Doing
We've
its
only
work.
got 2, so just range 3, 1 evade, re-rolling from 10 Numb's ability. Take 2 hits.
Oh, so that means that must be Braylon, not 10. So we have those
Excuse us, yes.
incorrect. All right, so we're going to go ahead and modify that. Asa, stay on this damage here.
All right. We've got a nice hit coming in from 10. Focus for hit, and a crit. Rolling 3 from Vinder's ability. We got 3 green dice with the weapons disabled token. And we have only 1 evade, so a hit and a crit. 1 shield off and 1 hull. Let's see what this crit is. We have a loose stabilizer from Vinder. That's horrible.
That's really bad.
Incredibly bad.
Vinder very much relies on those crits.
Yeah.
So if you're not familiar with
maneuvers.
loose stabilizer, so when you execute a non-straight maneuver, take a damage.
Yeah. Absolutely horrific for Vinder, because this next turn, what he wanted to do likely is a 2 bank to the right, slam 2 turn. Now he can't do any of that, or else he's going to take multiple damage. That's so bad. I didn't catch the result of that range measurement there.
No, I didn't either, so I was reading the chat.
Looks like Jendon is just out of range, so they are going to go back to dials. Dion's not looking at me, but I can feel the stink eye.
Triggered. So if you guys don't know, the joke here is Asa is actually the host of the Back to Dials X-Wing podcast.
Yep.
When they actually release episodes. You know
what?
I know.
Job hunting's hard, man.
I know. It's fine. I think you guys are more regular than stay on target, so you're winning.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So as soon as you drop to their level of release schedule, though, I don't know. Hi from England. I don't know if you guys noticed, one of the new things we also did add with the sub and donations, you are able to write a message on the stream to us where we can see it. So thank you. Hi from England. I love you, Gordon. He's in the chat. He's watching.
Gordon's always in the chat. He never comes out to any of our events, so he's always in the chat. Gordon, you should come out to our events. We'd love to have you. All right, so with that loose stabilizer on Vinder, what do you think his options are here? They're fairly limited.
They haven't forgotten.
They haven't forgotten about the shaved head, have they? Oh, that's quite a shame.
You remember when I got you to 100 viewers? You remember that? You remember that?
Hey, we were able to beat that organically in Cheyenne.
Oh, I know.
I'm happy about that. Yeah, so what do you think Vinder's options are here with getting that loose stabilizer?
Man.
It's rough. Does he just take the 1 damage and bank out? Because otherwise he ends up going straight and just leaving himself right there.
Because he's stressed. Oh, man. I wish he had a coordinate available. Like to be coordinated to flip the crit. But that's not an option because he is stressed.
Would have been beautiful, though.
You might want to take a 3 hard to the right. You take the damage, and you bring in the shuttle.
Yeah.
And you say, hey, shoot me, I'm the shuttle.
I mean, I would say do something like just that 2 bank blue to the right there, and then slam out, bring the shuttle in slow, straight to give him a little bit of room. You just got to take that 1 damage, but otherwise, because otherwise he's going nowhere.
Yeah.
If he tries to clear that crit with an action, he's got nowhere to go. It is also possible that we could see an aggressive turn on to Vader.
We could. I mean, that's always an option. I know one of the things that might prevent John from doing that is because his hard turn only gets him that much. The barrel rolls might get him a little extra, but I don't know if Joel's going to come in that aggressively with Vader now.
I mean, Wedge does have the boost available to him. They do also have things like Leia. He could pop Leia at this point to just rotate with that U-Wing, take the 1 hard turns with the B-Wing, and even a Talon Roll boost with Wedge could get some interesting positioning as well. but it does not look like he's taking that. Are we in the system phase now? I think we are.
Yep.
Just double checking dials, never a bad idea. He is actually popping Leia. Here we go.
Here we go. Pop, pop.
And we're going to see likely that 0 stop.
That's a 3.
No, that's a 2
too
turn.
hard, yeah. So that means that this is for the 1 turns on the B-Wings.
Yes.
Yep.
And in order to get that 1 turn to clear, he does have to create some space with Cassian, so that's a very, very solid maneuver. And again, just getting that board control or that board presence there in that gap between the asteroids, it does limit Vader's disengagement options if he comes forward, also limiting the shuttle somewhat as well.
Thank you so much for the 10 bits.
0 stop from Jendon.
There you go.
And there is what looks like a 2 turn from Braylon. Not just that one. So what are we seeing that Leia for then? I guess we haven't seen it yet. I think this is probably it. Yep, there's the 1 turn.
Actually, there is a bit of an issue here. We got to
He was stressed, wasn't he?
He was stressed. And
yeah,
mind you,
we are going to have to bring that to their attention.
So, hold on. I'll be right back.
Yep. Do you know if they're calling Judge Logan Haas to correct this board state issue? We have an advantageous position here on the stream. Ah, yes, Cassian. That's actually a very good point, if that was in fact what happened. Waiting for the Terminator, but I believe that Braylon and 10 were both stressed. If I remember correctly, Braylon and 10 were both stressed, although Braylon has retained his stress from that 2 turn, so that was probably correct. He did probably use Cassian on 10. My apologies, we missed that, but it looks like they are getting everything ironed out, so we'll figure out exactly what happened here in just a second. If it was as simple as Cassian, wouldn't be quite this much discussion. Let's see. Chat did mention Cassian's ability.
Huh?
That could have been used.
They were touching.
They were
it's range
touching.
1 to 3.
Aha, that's it.
It's range
That's
1 to
it.
3.
And there's Darabor with that. Yep.
Because if it goes at range 0, Cassian could do it to himself too.
Which would be incredible. But there we go. Just that range 1. Well done.
It's
gotta correct that. Gotta keep it. Gotta keep it correct.
And it keeps the stress. Like it's a big deal because that eliminates 1 arc. And I think like when we brought it up, John was like, "Oh crap!" He looked down, and it just that realization that it's that first edition to second edition transition mentality.
There's the 2 bank from Vinder, which means he does take another damage now from that loose stabilizer, but the loose stabilizer will repair itself after he takes the 1 damage.
Yeah, and it's just, the move is fine because Leia, so like the 1 heart is fine. It's just the he just would have been stressed at the end, like we have it now. All right.
He takes that 1 damage. He's deciding, I think, whether or not to slam out of that. I think he's got to gain a little bit more distance. Because if Vinder goes down without firing a single piece of ordnance, then that basically, as far as I'm concerned, that hands John the game.
Yep.
And there, in fact, is a 2 straight slam.
All right. So he did take the damage, right?
He must have. He did remove the crit. Yeah, I see 2 cards on Vinder.
Cool.
There we go. And using advanced slam to take that focus again.
You want to try to keep that guy alive. He's got range 3 through a rock shot with Braylon right now.
Yep.
So we need those mods. So ending the poll here, like we said earlier, Joel was ahead. So I'm going to go ahead and get that off the screen.
Wedge's S-foils there are now opened at a 2 turn to the right. Likely to see a barrel roll here.
Lock those S-foils in attack position.
Indeed. There it is. There's a barrel roll left trying to catch Vader coming in.
I mean, you called it, right? You said the hard turn in on the Vader.
I mean, Vader he's got very limited disengagement options here. If he wants to get out, he has to turn hard out, which gives John a great position to get free shots on the shuttle and then just keep chasing him next turn. But here comes what looks like the disengage.
Yep.
3 turn to pilot left.
He's
That's
got
going to
it.
skirt past that asteroid. Hey, Joel, nice Boba Fett templates.
Boba Fett, where? Won those at the San Antonio System Open last year.
He is going to just go ahead and switch his lock, probably back over to Wedge. I would not be surprised to see a Talon roll next turn. Because with those B-Wings stressed and Leia gone, there's not a lot of options for Joel or for Joe to follow him now. But that does mean that he will only be taking 1 shot this round, and that is from Jendon. With 3 attacks coming right back into him.
And Jendon reaching, or sorry, it's the B-Wing reaching.
Yep, reaching for Jendon. Looks like he'll be just in range. They're calling a judge to make that range call.
Yeah, I mean, when you elevate the range ruler, it does shorten it a little bit distance-wise, so you go ahead, get any ships out of the way.
Yep.
We demonstrated that on the quick tips on how to do a target lock. It's demonstrated that. And that seems to be in a single edge. You got to use a single edge. And that seems to be out.
Can't get a little bit more range on that by
if you're
turning
doing
it
the
sideways.
angles, yeah.
No diamond-shaped range rulers. Looks like they didn't actually call a judge, but there are some standing by, just in case they do have a disagreement right there. There it is. That's a judge call.
They're calling the judge.
And 2 judges walked over, ready and waiting. Sounds like judge is calling that in range.
All right, so we're going to be in range.
And it's fantastic for John to get some more damage into that shuttle.
Here we go.
3 dice natties.
That seems good, baby.
Yeah. Jendon.
Little sad he can't spend the stress though from 10 nubs.
Spending Palpatine's force to take 2 shields.
There we go. 2 shields left on to Jendon.
Then we have the range 3 obstructed from
Braylon trying to choose his target right now.
If I were John, I would, well, I guess you can't fire with casting next.
Yeah.
Never mind.
It's going for the shuttle.
Range 3 obstructed.
We go 3 dice.
2
hit
hits.
crit.
Braylon will re-roll that blank. We get 1 focus, so hit and a crit. Look at all those green dice the shuttle's rolling.
Got 2. There it is.
He is okay. Now John has first player, so Cashin will fire first at initiative 3, range 2 to the shuttle.
Bam.
Spending that focus for 2 hits.
Defending. It's going to be
2
taking
hits.
2 more. Shields are gone on Jendon. He's going through his options here. He's got range 3 on Braylon if he wants it. We'll see what he chooses to do.
Who's your target there if you've got fairly poor shots on unmodified onto everybody?
I mean, you just try to take something where you can do damage. You probably want to check the B-Wings as they are the heavy hitters. Though there isn't taking Leia off the board also is not ever a bad idea.
Right.
So
all of those targets will have 2 green dice to evade, no mods.
Well, let's listen here.
That's true. Those B-Wings actually do have mods, so we've got 1 damage coming in, looks like onto Cassian. Indeed,
Yes.
there it is. 1 damage coming into the Cassian.
And all right, they're all done with the engagement phase. So,
So now as we go back to dials, let's think about where Joel's got options this next round. Because with Vinder still at only 2 hull, he's still in a tough position, although that crit is repaired at this point.
right,
The
yeah. So
stabilizer is repaired.
let's go ahead and take that off.
I could definitely see Jendon coming in hard this round, try to at least deny a shot on himself by bumping into another ship.
Yep.
If not, just get some good board presence and bump himself.
Now, Cassian is not stressed, so does have the red stop
Right.
available. You got to remember that the power of Leia also gives U-Wings multiple turns of staying in the same spot.
Now, with that said here, Braylon is not in a great position. He's going to be kind of drifting out of that formation a little bit this turn. He has to go slowly up towards the top of that board. He can't really chase Vader, can't really chase Vinder. And neither can 10, being both stressed. They can't turn quite as hard as they would like. So we might be seeing Vader get some unmolested shots.
I want to give a shout out to Broken Edge. He says, hey, Dion, I wanted to thank you and all the Gold Squadron podcast guys and gals for your work on the stream and the channel. I follow the channel for only a couple weeks now, but the Gold Squadron podcast is already my favorite X-Wing channel source on the internet. Thank you. Greetings from Germany. Well, thank you so much for watching, man, and hopefully you keep enjoying the content that we're bringing you from all around, literally starting this summer, the world.
We did get a good point in the chat now that Cassian, now that he is at range 0 or
Yes.
1 to 2, he can
now
remove.
he can relieve the stress.
So if you were John, who do you pull that stress off of?
I mean, are we still going for Vader?
I mean, I think if we're
That's
looking
still
for the
an
most
that's still an
flexibility.
option.
Yeah.
That's absolutely still an option. You know,
I mean,
10 is probably the worst positioning out of them all, but he can, you can rotate the U-Wing this way. You come around here, and
but that's why I say that we take the stress off of Braylon here, because then he has the option
Give
for
him
that
the
one
Talon
Talon roll, or even like a 2K here, Yes, I got it this time. I got the delete. So we see something like that.
does the Talon roll fit there? I think
it does. I mean, you risk the rock for the next turn, but it gets you close to where Vader would expect to be if you see a Talon roll. Or you could just go all into the shuttle, because he's got the opportunity to try to get the kill this round. We've got a face-up dial there.
Looks like he had already flipped it.
Oh, right. He had flipped it in error. And decided to keep that face up. There's a 1 bank to the left there from Cassian. He is, in fact, throwing a block onto the shuttle. Now, that doesn't preclude the other options that we were talking about, but it's still a very strong maneuver against the shuttle.
Oh, I think people are saying that John may have mistakenly looked at Vader's dial,
Oh.
but I can't confirm that. So maybe the trade was like, hey, you want me to just flip a couple of mine?
A 3 straight from the shuttle. Getting right past Cassian's block attempt.
Yep.
We called that great call.
And that back arc is live, baby.
Range 1. Of course, he does not get to clear the stress, because that's not a blue maneuver on the shuttle's slow dial.
Yep.
But he's still got a shot, and Cassian doesn't, so that's a win.
Major Vinder's probably going to be getting around town here pretty soon. Probably 2 bank and 2 hard.
2 straight from 10 numb coming right in.
That's going to be a range
shuttle.
1 shot there.
Go ahead and put the focus soaking down. 1 turn to the left.
Oh,
Will that clip that rock? Let's take a look. Oh no, it's a
Talon
Talon
roll.
roll. So he'll be able to clear that with the Talon roll.
he's got it. Look at
Just
that.
out in
Look
front.
at that. Skin of his teeth, baby.
I like that maneuver a lot. It sets him up really nicely against wherever Vader might come if he comes down towards the bottom of the board in the coming turns, and also gets him a shot against the shuttle. Great Talon roll. Vinder, classic 2 bank, 2 slam. Take the weapon's disable token, likely to retain the stress free. Oh, he is going hard on that shuttle.
Shuttle going down this turn. There's a good chance that's off the table.
Absolutely. Unless that green die is hot, which does happen.
My one, and he has Palpatine available.
He does.
So he's got Ahmad one time.
But it's still a tall order.
People are saying they're getting ready to pay their respects.
There's
and
the 3 Talon from
roll.
Vader. Now, at this point, Leia has 2 charges, correct?
Yep.
So
next
it'll
turn,
recharge
baby.
next turn, and we have John with a great answer to Vader.
Yes, you do.
Talon roll could be dangerous, but right now it is an excellent maneuver. Will we see an afterburner to get closer? I don't believe so. He's just going to
All right, so
leave that
Joel
boost on
is
the table.
choosing not to afterburners. He thinks he has range, so it's going to be close.
Range 1 from Wedge to the shuttle,
Wedge.
though. No green dice.
4 on 1. Here we go.
4 on 0.
4 on 0. Oh,
we are
because I'm
wedged.
Wedge.
He is shieldless.
He's thinking about spending the focus. Joel thinks he has range. Aggressive
It's
move
close.
here from John. Hit, crit. Let's see what that crit is.
Disabled power regulator on the shuttle.
All
With
right.
how few turns he's going to be around, that's
not gonna
basically
matter,
a
yeah.
non-issue.
That's the one where when you engage, you take an ion token until you perform an ion maneuver.
Vader's got the range 3 unobstructed shot to Wedge.
Here we go. This is
Good
gonna
sighting from Joel.
be 3 dice. You got to reroll with fire control.
He doesn't
need
need
it.
that. We've got a force for a hit, which will change to a crit.
using the advanced targeting
Oh!
computer. Ay-ya. That's
Is
going to
that
be a crit right away.
Anti-natties?
Natty. Hull breach. Everything is
Rough.
face up.
Great opening shot from Vader. Range 1
Here we
from
go.
10 num. We got 2 crits there. We will focus for hitting 2 crits. He does get to roll 1. That's a blank, and Jendon goes down.
Poof.
And that is the last shot that we will see this round. Wedge with a hull breach. Jendon is down. Vinder with 2 hull, and we have a full health Vader. So Joel was able to put some serious damage in that round.
Oh, yeah.
Is it enough? Is it enough to put him back into this game? He's still in sort of in a disadvantageous position, I would say.
Well, he hasn't taken any of the ships off the board. The strength of John's list is that even when you take a ship down, something even as important as Wedge, those B-Wings do a ton of heavy lifting.
They really
and
do.
they've only lost 2 shields. Right now, I honestly still think that John has the advantage. Points-wise and health-wise, I think that is it.
Joel's got some really powerful pieces on the board, obviously. Vader and Vinder still with some ordnance in the can, but he hasn't been able to shoot any of that yet. Joel's got to get right back out ahead in this damage race if he wants to pull this out. It's going to be difficult.
But if any ship can do it, Vader can do it.
Absolutely.
Which I think it's smart that he kept the afterburners because he might need that for that one turn of get out of dodge.
Right.
So I would save it for defense right now, a defensive movement.
There's that dice tray clear. Go Vader, go in chat. Yes. Also, please, if you haven't already, let's pay our respects to the late Major Colonel Jendon.
And that's where
Leia is charged up at this point, right?
Yep. And as we're waiting here, I do want to also give a shout out to one of our other sponsors for today, Modest Orange Gaming. They have a couple of different 3D printed boxes that they have available, squad boxes, good for traveling in cars. Also has this new thing that we'll show off during the giveaway section that we're going to be giving away tomorrow that actually holds an entire conversion kit worth of dials and bases and cards. So you'd never leave anything at home. You get one of those each for your sets, and you got everything ready to go. It was a pretty amazing piece of tech that he's made here. So we'll show those off later, and we're giving that away. And you can
Cassian
also
Andor will remove Braylon's stress. We're not going to forget.
No, yeah, correct.
Cassian closing pivot wings and pivoting 180 degrees.
Boom. Now I think Joel probably called this. I doubt he's going to go into the teeth of this list here.
Right.
I think we probably see like a 1 forward.
Yeah, I was going to say, with that said, like Vader can always, like with that 1 forward now, he has the ability to range control really, really effectively. So he could just 1 straight forward, put down the lock against whoever is in range, because he will be out of range of that back rank there. Marking wedge. Braylon doing a 2 bank.
Probably get a barrel roll focus here.
He is attempting that indeed. Now, Chad is right. That 1 straight is indeed white on Vader, so that doesn't give him nearly the options as I would hope.
Mm-hmm.
Barrel roll focus, especially with the arc placement right there.
Got those subs rolling in. Don't forget to use that Twitch Prime. It's free. You can click it every 30 days. You can also just sub if you want to get those gumboats. For $5 a month, we bring you tons of content on our Twitch channel. We stream Monday through Thursday content, and we have actually even more coming, Asa. Even more.
Even more.
The details yet to come.
All right, we have a two-turn slam from Vinder.
Oh, Vinder is all up in there.
Zinder. Using advanced slam to switch his target lock.
There it is. Takes a stress from advanced slam. So he's going to be able to fire because of the OS1 Arsenal loadout title. And looks like Wedge is probably going to do a 4K behind the U-wing.
It looks like a white maneuver on that dial. I might be wrong.
Oh, that's a 4 straight.
Yeah, Wedge running away like he always does.
Yeah, remember the Death Star? He's like, I destroyed a Death Star. I'm like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Those KG rebels always protecting their top pieces. Smartly disengaging, though. 2 straight from Vader.
So he has no barrel roll option to the right, obviously, because there's a big rock in the way.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be taking a couple of more shots as well.
It's not super likely, but with the lock and the focus and Vinder in there, you could kill this B-wing. It's possible, but because they're both initiative 4, Braylon will get to pop Vader before he goes down.
And considering that Vinder's shot will be unmodified, because he cannot spend that lock and doesn't have a focus available.
Here we go. Oops.
Oh, let's get that dice cam up.
Fire control system. And he's got the focus and the force available.
Crit that. I would just spend that focus. There we go.
Hit, crit.
Big hit. That's what he needs. Braylon will blank, but he does get that stress, so he has the reroll.
Debating spending the focus.
He'll be taking that crit no matter what. I think he should have spent that to make it just a little bit harder, because now he's down to 2 hull.
Yeah,
Vinder can do that. Easily put that kill through. Structural damage,
that
too.
Is terrible.
Absolutely rough.
Vinder is licking his chops right now. I just got to get 2 hits, baby.
Braylon will fire back first.
He's got the reroll with his stress. Only 2.
To nothing, not even a focus.
Vader
is absolutely fine. Look at those natty evades.
Black Squadron leader doing his thing here.
Using the force to not need any paint on his dice.
Vader sometimes just says, I don't give a sif.
And then sometimes he blanks out with 5 greens.
You're right. It does happen. We've been there.
All right.
Here's Vinder.
Vinder's proton torpedo, only 1. FCS? Oh, no. Only one.
Only one.
Is
Changes
it a
to a
direct
crit,
hit?
though.
Hull
breach.
breach.
That's blank. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. So rough.
Crazy.
Vinder just needed one more. One more.
And he had 2 chances to do it,
He
too.
did.
Oh, Vinder. Vinder, you rascal. Here we go.
Cassian with 2 crits on a range 3 Vader.
Got
Vader's
it
still
again.
absolutely impervious
Monster.
to damage. And then it looks like we don't have arc from Tennum.
Yeah, I mean, variance right there hurting John. He could have really gone ahead there by hurting Vader. Not getting anything.
In fairness, that the variance did keep Braylon alive for one more round.
True.
So variance did come to bite Joel back.
People,
Vinder, you failed us for the last time.
And also Vader laughing at your paltry damage rolls. He does
Right.
not care what comes at him. Yeah, not killing Braylon there, not being able to put the kill in, is still rough for Joel because he's still now that's
One more
damage,
arc.
That's one more arc. That's one more initiative 4 arc that could still kill Vinder. Like he has to waste a PS6 shot from Vader there to make Braylon definitely not a threat. Leia is also back on the table this round. So we could be seeing some K-turns, but not sure.
All right, so yeah, Leia.
656 viewers. Thank you, everybody.
Man, I love. This is one of those turns that makes you just fall in love with X-Wing because
Absolutely.
there's so many variations on what people can do. And it's, as a commentator, you see these moments where you go, I could sit here and guess and maybe think, what would I do? Maybe. But this is a big turn because John wants to keep Braylon alive one more turn. There is the Leia pop. Because even at 1 hole, he still gets to throw dice. And if Joel can't kill him or doesn't have an arc on him, Braylon's just going to keep bothering you.
There's what looks like a 1 bank.
Pressure shifting maybe to Vinder now.
I mean, that's actually a good maneuver to catch Vinder if he moves out, or Vader if he tries to disengage with a 3-turn to the right, which I actually think if Vinder moves is Vader's best option. He can 3-turn to the right, perhaps afterburner left, catch Wedge if Wedge decides to be a little bit cheeky, right?
Ooh, I like that. I like that. Here is probably a hard one.
There's
No, it's a Talon
roll. Yep, good option. Keeping that stress there, so no action, but he does get the positional advantage. There is what looks like another 1 turn.
All right,
Indeed.
so really focusing those arcs in the center of the board right now.
Yep.
We'll see what Wedge is going to do if he's going to keep running. Taking the focus, no roll. It will be unstressed.
I'm very curious to where Joel's sending Vader.
Her 2 bank away. That'll take the stress away from Vinder. Yeah, just take a reset turn. I like it.
We're probably going to see another maybe 2 bank slam to pilot right, get behind that rock, give him an extra die. There it is.
Getting some distance as well as having an opportunity next turn to turn in. He's debating the advanced slam here.
There it is. There's the advanced slam. We're going to see a focus as well. Get some mods for the 4 dice that he will have.
Yeah.
Maybe 5
Seems
if he's through the rock as well. Talon roll.
I'm coming around.
There he is.
And that is white?
Yes, because we've got Leia on the board. He's
Boost
going to
straight.
boost, link it to a focus with closed S foils.
We'll see where Vader goes.
Yeah, that's the real choice right here. There it is. There's a
There it
3 hard
is.
right.
You called it, Asa. Very nice. Does it fit?
Yeah, that's
No,
just
he's
gonna
got it,
squeak
baby.
right past. Now with wedge boosting forward, that's not the best, afterburner ever. But he's still going to have to.
He's going to get him out of a couple arcs.
To get out of Cassian's arc, to get away from some of those B-wings.
He's got afterburners.
5 forward would have also been beautiful. Chat's got a good point. There's the afterburner. Boosting.
So getting
one meg
around
to the
that
left.
arc, that table. And no, does the barrel roll fit?
To the right out there, that is a close call.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. And, if he's got a better angle, then maybe he can risk that. But that is a risky barrel roll if not. He's going to move to lock wedge. Spending 1 force to focus. This is a point where I might force to attempt to link that barrel roll.
Yeah.
We've got Braylon coming into Vader then.
I think it's just trying to keep the mods up. Because he'd still be in range,
Sure.
even with the barrel roll. Here we go.
Triggers
Braylon's ability,
and there's a reroll
3
into
hits.
3 hits.
Takes 1.
Takes 1 shield. Vader's still fairly impervious to damage, but his shields are coming down slowly but surely. Range 2 obstructed.
So it's going to be 4 dice for Vader. That's 2. Spends this focus.
Vader's got a lot of damage to
There you
get
go.
out
He's
of.
got
He's
it.
got that. We'll spend the focus.
Focus, okay.
Because that's the last shot that he's taking this round. So
True.
No need to spend a force. Look at range 3 obstructed from Cassian
5
into Vader.
dice for the gunboat.
It's a lot of greens.
Ooh, Cassian is angry.
John, 9 for
That's
9,
enough.
but Vinder
There
is
it
fine.
is.
That is fantastic.
I mean, on 5 dice, you were expecting 2-ish.
Yep.
We had with a focus 3 and a little bit. So worked out.
Absolutely fine. So we're starting to see a little bit of a splintering of John's formation here. Wedge trailing. The B-Wings are both facing different directions. And now Cassian is facing that rock pretty dramatically right there. So while John still has the upper hand, he's starting to expand a little bit, which is perfect territory for Vader to start picking off. But
honestly, this type of list, though, is one of the better archetypes that it doesn't actually need to be in formation to deal out damage.
You do want to have those overlapping arcs. You want to have a good weight of fire to be able to put meaningful damage through against Vader and to catch things like Vinder.
Right. But I think John with Leia and the tight maneuvers that the B-Wings have can very much get the fan going again without being in a quote-unquote formation.
That's very true, but now he does have to pull that off.
True.
And
there's the burden of execution.
Yes, and while they are a little bit spread apart like this, is the perfect time for Vader to pounce, pick up another couple points, like put the last damage through on Wedge, get ahead, and then run away and win this game. They've only got 20 minutes left.
Yep.
There's definitely time to do that. He does have to preserve Vinder, though, and Vinder represents another 32 points.
Yep. Yeah. Joel's got to be cagey. He's not ahead. John is ahead in this game, and the B-Wings have a beeline. Hey, right here to Vader if they want it, assuming that Vader is going that way to try to catch Wedge.
I mean, Joel's got to see that, though, right? He's got to see that those B-Wings are coming right for him.
I mean,
even Cassian could stop and turn around again. So that, an aggressive turn to the left could be very, very dangerous for Vader, especially with no afterburners left. And especially since we'll probably see another disengagement maneuver from Wedge.
Yep. We'll see where Wedge, Cassian should. Dion's dad joke of the day. I am a papa. I am a papa. I got my.
I love dad jokes, but I don't have any kids.
That's fine.
That makes me a faux pas.
Faux pas. You slay me. Yes. All right.
No, this is a really great game because we have so many situations
Yeah.
like this where each turn there are really difficult decisions for both players to make about who to go for, where are you predicting your opponent is going to put their ships, and which maneuvers are going to give you the best options.
Listen. You pretend in the chat like you didn't like snicker a little bit.
Yeah,
Like-
I know.
like
Come on, guys.
If you even get a head wobble, like an eye roll, that is like a form of
Exactly.
of glee. You're just like, that is so dumb, but it's dumb because you think it's funny that it's dumb. So in the end, it still works.
Exactly. My joke is bad, but I don't feel bad
Right.
about that. I'm as if I get some entertainment out of it. All right, Cassian's going to wipe that stress from Wedge.
All right, here we go.
He is
That's the
actually
right
asking
choice.
for a range measurement there. Because that is 1 to 3, correct? John there verbalizing what he thinks that gunboat might be doing, which is signaling to me that we're going to see a 0 stop.
Yeah.
And he's just going to stay right there. He's going for Vinder. He's angling for that kill, just going to stress himself and remain pointed forward.
He might be splitting his arcs here, some for Vader, some for Vinder, and just take what you can get.
I mean, that's a very
The-
normally the advice is to not split fire, but if you're this far ahead and you're
Right.
coming down to the end of the game, the more that you can do to point Vader and Vinder away from you, even if you're not killing them, even if you're not doing meaningful damage, if they are not shooting at you, you can maintain the advantage that you already have just by not losing ships and forcing them to turn out.
So may or may not fit in that space between Cassian and Braylon.
Taking Cassian out to be able to better measure that. With what looked like curled Paw Creative templates.
Sponsor.
Nice.
Denver.
Nice
That
big
very good
line down the
segue.
middle.
Very good segue. So yeah, Denver 19 for 20% off of a $15 or more order. We got a ton of stuff to give away for this next round because we crushed some goals, and so people are asking for some more. Like, can we get some more goals here? Well, since we now have unlocked all the stretch goals in round 2. Good job. I think I have a pretty sweet item.
Oh, is
Then
this
I'm-
what you were holding back?
The thing I'm holding back. Maybe I'll reveal after the lunch break.
Okay.
Maybe I'll reveal after the lunch break. But I want to tell you guys, there's lots of ways to do that, and we'll get back to that later. So it looks like 10 did fit that too hard there.
I think there was a bump. There was
There's
a bump. Right there. We don't
fit as
right,
in
right,
it was
right.
able to execute most of the maneuver.
There's a banking maneuver. Now, here's the thing. If Vader did turn in aggressively onto Wedge, it's perfection because John has gone all in onto Vinder and is giving Vader the option. But let's see if he takes that opening or has played conservatively. Wedge attempting to boost left through, or excuse me, pilot right through Cassian. He will fail that boost. If he fails that boost, does he still get the linked action? Because I did not think so.
It's focus first, isn't it?
Yes, you're absolutely correct. Thank you.
Yes, Aurora Squadron stickers.
I'm just going to go ahead and put that on my person right now.
Surprisingly, not the weirdest co-host I've had. Here we go. Vader.
Range 3 obstruction on
That
the wedge.
seems
We will
good.
get that
Use
force.
the
2 hits and a
force.
crit.
Hit, crit, spend it, got it.
Nice. No damage on the wedge. Great rolling.
No. Not today. All right.
Wedge out of range right there. Vinder.
B-Wing's going to do some work here at range 3.
Only one
One.
hit. Vinder
Got
is
it.
absolutely fine.
And he does have a lockout there.
He's got that lock into Braylon. I think he's really going to try to put that last kill
Yeah,
in.
you know what? For good measure.
He's dropping another proton torpedo, but you got to guarantee it. There's 2 hits and a crit. Hit 2 crits, excuse me.
Fire control system for good measure. Joel, come on. What are you doing? Joel's a friend of mine, by the way, guys. So just.
And there,
the
good
fuel
Lord, there was
chain.
a fuel leak in there.
There's a fuel leak in there. All right.
And that hull breach, everything's face up. I don't know exactly what crits came out, but Braylon is extraordinarily dead right now.
We're just going to drop that to 0. Here we go.
After spending that focus, Vinder will be absolutely fine.
Oof, man, that is rough for John. John really needed to try to get Vinder off the table this turn.
Yep. So here's the thing now is that Joel is 1 half-point ship away from coming
being
out
ahead.
back ahead, right? Either you kill Wedge or you put half points into one of those other B-Wings. And with 13 minutes left, he's got the time then to run the clock out as well.
Yep.
By playing very cagely with Vinder and Vader, which is where I think Vinder is going to go this round. Although that's actually quite difficult because turning down towards the bottom of the board, John does have a really great, really open board to chase Vinder. So it's going to be difficult, but he can't put the sticks on Vader right now. He can't put pressure on Vader. So Vader's got a couple of unmolested turns. This is a very good game, Dion.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, my name is not D. My name is Dion.
Dion.
Grr. Yeah. One of the things that Joel has managed to do by having his 2 ships on opposite sides of the board, he forces John to either choose a target, which gives the flank to the opposite ship, or you split your forces, which, like we were talking about earlier, you really don't want to do that if possible. You want to try to keep as many shots available to try to get some meaningful damage into ships.
Yep.
So love it.
The trick that he's also managed to pull off is to force that choice and also read John's choosing here. So now with Vader in this excellent position to capitalize on the choice that John has made, he can absolutely pull something out of this. From what I would say was a pretty decisive back foot early on in the game.
Oh yeah, somebody's saying this is a choose your pain turn. You're not wrong there. We got almost 700 people watching. 650. Look at that.
Let's get it to 700. Can we get that to 700 before lunch?
Before lunch?
We got 10 minutes left for 50 more people.
We can do it. I think they'd be a little upset.
Bring it up on your laptop.
I don't want to falsify our numbers. No. John Ben Young, how's it going, man? Is my co-host Asa Graff from the Back to Dials podcast?
Well, let's find out as we go back to Dials in this turn.
There it is.
There's Cassian pulling the stress off of Wedge.
Little self-bump action.
Bank self-bump.
Yeah, it's mostly going to move forward, honestly.
Really just setting himself up for a pivot next round.
Yep, getting rid of the stress.
Is he going to bump? Or is he going to sit on that asteroid? He's rocked.
Ooh, rocked. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Which means he cannot pivot next round or else he's going to sit on that rock one more time.
Yep.
No damage.
Safe.
Does clear the stress.
Yes, I am planning to get a salad for lunch, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about it on the podcast. Looking for some green.
Is that a
2K?
2K, yes. Interesting not going as hard for the gunboat as I expected from that B-Wing.
Yeah, like if the medium base had been a little bit wider, it would have been fine, right? It's that getting that eyeball for the width of the base. All right, here's 2 bank towards the bottom of the board, gets rid of the stress on Vinder. Now Joel gets to choose where he wants to go. I mean, you probably just slam right?
Yeah, just slam 2 turn right, put your lock back down on Wedge.
That's assuming that you are bringing Vader in. I mean, we don't know if that's happening yet.
I can't imagine any reason why he's not. He is not slamming. He reloaded to get that weapons disabled token.
For the extra...
A bold choice.
Bold move, Cotton.
But I'm not ultimately sure about that. especially since Vader doesn't have a great shot. Like you kind of want.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised by that.
Yeah. Because at least then if Wedge whiffs, you've got a shot back. Range 2 from Wedge to Vinder. 3 of dice versus 2. Wedge doing well, a hit and a crit after spending the focus.
Patrick, thank you for your $20 donation.
Vinder will take 1 crit. Let's hope this isn't a direct. Blinded pilot from Vinder.
That is another one that hurts him. He likes his mutts.
Funny that Blinded Pilot negates fire control system, though, which is theoretically independent of what the pilot does. All right, we've got Vader coming in. Another great shot. He's going to re-roll that with fire control. Spend that focus for a hit and a crit after ATC.
Takes one.
Wedge takes 1 more crit.
That's a crit, but
damaged engine. That is rough. By the way, it does look like Wedge flipped that hull breach down.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take care of that.
If Joel is planning on being cagey now, though, Vinder's got those 3-speed maneuvers open to him at this point. Still anybody's game with just under 8 minutes remaining here. Denver System Open.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks again, Dion, for letting me come on today.
No problem, man. No problem. You're from Denver. I was like, you know what? We should have Asa as a commentator.
Should have some Denverite presence on this.
That's right.
Now that you got to be all good at your job and stealing all of our stream opportunities.
Hey, listen. Listen. So?
Yeah. Leia is recharged at this point. It's quite the shame that Cassian himself can't actually use her. I mean, I guess he could, but he's going to risk another rock right there.
I mean, not risk. It's a 100% chance.
Well, I mean, risk another damage from
right.
that. And in any case, not be able to bring his dice to bear.
Yep.
This kind of situation is exactly what Joel wants.
Does
this sort of pick off, this ability to pick off things one by one.
Maybe, you know, this is an interesting situation where I wonder if John knows that he's points-wise ahead.
Yeah.
Because this might be actually a good turn to reset. And you get Cassian off the rock. You bring Get Wedge out, and then you reconverge and threaten Joel, and you try to maybe take out Vinder or Vader.
Right.
With 6 minutes left to go, I think that might be a better call.
He's also at the point there where if he does know that he's ahead, he probably also knows that he could trade Wedge for Vinder and still remain ahead. So if he still goes hard for Vinder, like if Vinder's able to get away, then Joel sort of handily has this.
Yep.
If he's able to kill Wedge. But if you trade Vinder for Wedge, now you have the rest of your ships on the board. Like that removes Joel's ability to get back out ahead.
There's a 2-turn out. It is important to note that when they call time for the room, that is not time for our game. These players did have a small extension, so if you guys hear that over the mics, just so you know.
Yeah.
Reaching for
a lock there. Looks like he's got it.
C for Cassian, baby.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he did blow Leia. We missed that.
Okay.
He did trigger Leia. Marking Wedge. Looks like we're going for a 3-bank.
3-bank going in. That's white.
A strong move against Vader.
That's very aggressive. Very aggressive.
He will focus barrel roll, fail the barrel roll because he attempted to do it to the right, which will get him the stress that he needs
to have the ability
as well. Great manipulation of the game's elements. Cassian will, of course, be able to remove that next turn.
Well, that's 10, so it's not. It's the spending of stress, not the reroll.
Yes, yes, thank you.
But yeah, I know what you mean. You get that ability, words, ability going. All right, Joel looking at his options.
They've called time for the rest of the field, but of course we still have 4 minutes, 30 seconds left in the round.
Yeah, D Yoon, the one that gave him the extension, is reminding them, you guys got an extension, you're good.
Vinder's just going to slam out. He will advance slam to gain that focus. Wedge, though, here taking a 4K turn.
Whoops.
He has the, oh, hello.
Sorry.
Hello.
That's fine.
I don't know what Wedge is doing now.
The viewers have it. We're
Oh,
fine.
okay, good.
It's just us. Was trying to do a thing. They can't do it right now.
Wedge taking that 4K turn and focus. He'll still be able to get a shot into Vinder. Vader taking the 3-bank and bumping.
Okay.
That's not horrible for
that's
Vader,
not bad.
actually.
No, yeah,
Because I love that. Wedge actually only has 2 hull left. Vader is still likely at the very end of range 3. It's tough to tell, but I think he might still have the shot.
That's pretty close. I got to turn down the exposure. Remind me to do that in between here.
Looks like Wedge was in range of Vader. He's debating on his target. Means that Vader's got a shot back. So
I think Wedge, you shoot at Vinder. Take him off the
you
table.
got to take that off the table.
He's got those dice.
Don't shoot at Vader. He's still 2 away from threshold.
He's got you spend that all day. Joel does get 3 dice.
And there he
Takes
goes.
one. Vinder is off the board.
There's Vader with a range 3 shot.
This is going to be 3 on 3. He's got the lock out there. I think you spend it.
I would spend it this turn. This is the time to spend that lock.
2 minutes left.
There's the lock spent.
Good choices here by Joel.
Call.
Got it.
For 2 hits and a crit. Or 2 crits and a hit, excuse me.
Only takes a crit.
Will go through.
Could be it.
Disabled power regulator.
Oh, but doesn't take it until next turn.
No, okay, so with 2 minutes left, I think that puts John very solidly in the win column for this thing.
If they have one more turn of dials. They got one more turn of dials.
Right, but now Joel is now behind John, even if he kills Wedge.
Even if he kills, oh, you're right.
So that's the thing. Like John could trade Vinder or Wedge for Vinder even this turn and still remain solidly in the lead because Ten and Cassian are both far enough away from threshold that even with 2 more rounds of fire, I doubt that Vader could put the meaningful damage in.
Yep.
So at this point, I think Chad is absolutely right. Cassian in the B-wing, just run, get some distance just in case, and then
I guess you just use Wedge as bait. Like, oh no, shoot me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm right in front of you. Ignore these other things over here, please.
Well, this has been an absolutely fantastic game, Dion.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Some really tight maneuvering from both players, and some excellent decisions from Joel mid-game.
Yeah,
brought him almost back into the running here. Threat of activation, Cassian will clear that stress. Oh, it's probably 2K turn, right? There's the pivot from Cassian.
All arcs on Vader. No.
As Vader goes spinning away with 30 seconds left in this game. Marking Vader for the 2K.
It's getting all the arcs out there. Now make sure you hang with us till the very end here. We got our giveaway segment, then followed by lunch. If you don't want to have an opportunity to get cool stuff, I guess you can come back at 3 o'clock. But, I'm just saying. Just saying. We got cool stuff coming.
Yes, we do. Wedge just going one straight, knows that he's got this game in the bag regardless of whether Wedge dies or not. Vader attempting to disengage with a 5 straight, but I think Wedge is going to nick that corner.
He sure is.
Unless he barrel rolls.
Afterburners?
Afterburners is spent.
Is it?
Yeah, he's got a roll.
Yep.
He's just going to take that lock. Bend a force for the barrel roll.
Yep. At this point, it's Joel practicing.
Right.
Is you put in the
Always
turn,
making
you make the
right
decision.
decisions regardless of what point in the game it is. spending another force for a focus, just in case Cassian's shot is spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a downfield shot from Tennum as well. Spend that stress for 2 hits. Vader rolling greens. He's got to spend that focus for no damage. Range 3 from Cassian.
2 to get Vader to half points.
And there's just 1 crit.
This one. That's going to be a game right there.
Vader is fine. With 3 evades.
Ends it that way. Well,
there we are.
Congratulations to John for winning. Well played by Joel. This was a tight one.
Absolutely.
This was really great.
Super fun to watch. Super fun to cast. Thank you once again, Dion, for having me on. Yes, there we go.
Of course.
Perfect. So now before we go to lunch, we've got some giveaways for you.
We do. So, giveaways. Let me pull out the number 2. Round 2, we got some cards for you guys. We got another set of 4 cards here we're going to be giving away, as well as we got to keep going down our list of stretch goals because
absolutely,
because hero of the chat, ISOFan, was like, yeah, here you go.
Here's all of the money at once.
Here's all of it at once. So we're going to be doing that here. And then, yep, so we got a set of 4, same as last time, but we swapped out one here. We'll do that one. Do that one last. Here we go. Finch Dallow. Now, before we get into the winnings, how do they claim their prize?
Well, if you were listening to the instructions last round, then you will know already. But if you've just been joining us, in order to be eligible to claim your prize, you just got to be commenting in chat. So everybody who's commenting in chat, congratulations, you're already eligible. If not, just give us some gunboats for that gunboat performance that we just saw, and you will become eligible to win some of these prizes. If you are the chosen one, comment !win. Once you are chosen, in order to get a link to a Google Doc with which you will claim your prize. Shipping time on that, what's that estimate, Dion?
About 4 to 6 weeks is what I want to give.
He's got a gauntlet of stuff. Don't blame him.
Yeah, it's just super busy, and I'm being upfront about it. Like, hey, you're probably gonna wait. But yeah, so that's how that works.
Yep. So let's get some chat there. We've got 147 eligible people. Let's make that all 650 of you.
All right, here we go. Finch Dallow. Boom. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations to Foley M2. Foley M2, you have won this Finch Dallow comment !win to claim your prize.
Make sure when you guys fill that out, that you fill it out fully. I need each line very clear. If you put your address in only one of the lines and you don't go step by step.
The post office gets mad, and when the post office gets mad, nothing gets done.
Right, and honestly, like, if you do it, I'm not going to waste a stamp. I'm just going to toss it and give away this stuff. I know that sounds really harsh, and I say it with the most love as possible, but I'm trying to be efficient with my time because we got all the things going on with the podcast and the streaming and my family and my day job. So yeah, that's help me, please help me. All right, here we go.
So Foley M2 comment !win as we go to this Iden Verso card. We've got another winner coming in. 3, 2, 1.
Boom. Winner
Jenny
is
1840. Congratulations, Jenny 1840. Comment !win to get that Google Doc. Fill it all out. Get your stuff.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's super easy. All right, next one is the FFG official Black Squadron TIE Fighter from the Wave Championships. So super awesome there. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Go.
Roll it. A Dare 42. A Dare 42. You have won yourself.
I dare you.
I dare you to comment !win and get your prize. Now, Dion, before we move on to the last one, I've been seeing some interesting stuff on that left-hand giveaways panel. Just tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah. So these giveaways are brought to you by District Foundry. Thank you so much to them. Use that coupon code Denver19 to get 15% off. No minimums,
Foundry,
by the way.
Yeah, no minimums.
No minimums.
Ken Cho, the proprietor of District Foundry, is a Denver local. He's got some fantastic 3D printed stuff. Standouts include his token boxes or his tournament boxes, his fully modeled turret arc indicators, which are fantastic. And yeah, Dion's got a showcase right here. Look at that.
This is being given away tomorrow, okay, during round 6. Super awesome, this modular system. I think that's probably my favorite thing about it is like, a lot of things that have lids, you're like, crap, where do I put the lid? Oh, wait a second.
It's magnetized.
It just goes on the bottom there.
The power of magnets.
So you got different trays. These also came out with one that's a bigger size here. You got templates,
You got
bases,
room for everything that
everything
you'll need.
you need to play there.
Everything you need and nothing more so that you're not a pest to your opponent, keeping all of your stuff everywhere.
I brought my whole collection, and it's on the table.
All right, we've got one more
card.
giveaway.
We got one more card. We still got other things to give away, though.
That's true. That's
right.
true. One more card.
One more card. 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Parnell 709. Parnell 709. Congratulations, the winner of the last card this round.
Little history with Parnell. That is the street that I lived on in college.
709 isn't by any chance your house number, is it? That would be
that'd
really
be super
creepy. That would be
creepy.
super creepy.
How'd you know? No. So when I see Parnell, I go, oh, because that was my wife and I. Our first apartment was there. Oh, so many good memories.
Congratulations, Parnell, for winning this giveaway and winning
my heart.
Our hearts.
Yes.
Be sure if you have won these giveaways to also remember what you got.
Yep.
Because there's a lot going on right now, and we might forget.
All right, so let's go ahead and look at our stretch goal items. So we've already given away the wedge, and we've done the Minoc binder. We're going to go ahead and do the templates and the Lancer now. We'll save.
Templates and the Lancer.
And the Lancer, yep.
We've hit everything on screen
We've hit
so
everything
far,
on
so
the
they're
screen,
still coming.
Yep. Alrighty, so the templates, our red templates, let's go ahead and do those now. I have a special set also of yellow templates that are exclusive for patrons only. We haven't hit that yet. You may have seen it during the wait screen. We have our Q2 rewards have been announced, and they focus on the Republic. So super awesome. We'll hit that later, though. So don't worry if you're like, well, what about the patron templates? Those are coming. We got some patron exclusive raffles we're doing later today. So we're doing, what did I just say? Templates.
Those ones.
The Crimson Dawn templates.
Yes.
Here we go.
Right.
3, 2, 1. The winner is
Dark Sun 2141 with an X, DARXUN, spamming gunboats there. Perfect. Well done.
They are a subscriber. They've been following since March 10th, 2018, and I thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Dark Sun. Comment !win to get your Crimson Dawn templates. Those are absolutely gorgeous.
All right, now it's time for that Lancer class pursuit craft. Super beautiful.
Painted by Luke Carrington. Now, I do have to give a quick plug here. If you want to see more Luke Carrington stuff, have the chance to win some of your own. Even if you don't win this, be sure to participate in an X-Wing campaign against cancer. That is May 18th. A very important event for a lot of people and an extraordinarily fun event regardless of how you do. So this one's being given away today, but be sure to join a campaign against cancer. It's one of the biggest, one of the best events that happen in the X-Wing community every year.
Absolutely. All right.
All right, Dion, who gets it?
3, 2. I'm not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it?
Do you want to do it?
I hate that touchpad, so you can do it.
I was gonna give you the opportunity to make somebody's day. Fine, I do it myself.
I'll read it though.
No, I don't want you to read it.
Okay, Fun Bobby.
3, 2, 1. Bam.
Gilded Edge. Congratulations.
Edge.
Gilded Edge has been gilded with a Lancer class pursuit craft painted by Luke Carrington. Congratulations. Comment !win in order to get that prize. It is a fantastic piece of kit.
All right, so real quickly, before we go too far, I do want to show off some other things. So District Foundry also has designed these hyperspace rings. They're not for sale yet.
This is a prototype.
It's a prototype. Yeah, super awesome there. Stays on really nicely. This one, unfortunately, somebody broke it. So that's why I'm being a little ginger with it. But if you don't throw it on the floor, it's quite nice. So yeah, so you can see something to come. We're giving this one away, or a not broken one.
Right.
Away.
Not that exact
Not
same
this exact one, but a not broken one away tomorrow as well. And so thank you to Ken for sponsoring our giveaway section. Before we go too far, I also want to give a shout out to the Orange, Modest Orange Gaming. They wanted to show off the conversion kit holder. This is
really cool.
It's super awesome, very robust. Boom, right? Very robust and has a nice lid here. We'll go ahead and pop it open. It is hinged. All right, and
it does stack too. If you purchase multiple of these,
Yep.
they do stack one on top of the other, so you can have all 3 of your conversion kits.
And you have, so that's for all the base plates. They're angled so you can read them. Has a little pool tab here. Okay, and there is all your dials and cards and chits, everything you need there. Holds an entire conversion kit of the Rebel, Empire, and Scum. So you know for sure Resistance,
Yes.
First Order, all the other stuff fits in there too. So you want to start collecting
Resistance and
that
First
way.
Order, you could probably get 1 box for both of those factions.
Yep. Honestly, like this solution is amazing. Like I use a toolbox thing, and this honestly is a better solution than a toolbox. So
For sure.
look at that. So thank you guys so much. We'll be back at 3 o'clock for our
Whatever that is. Round 3.
round 3. There you go. What if-
Round 3 at 3. There we go.
3 at 3.
3 at 3. Let's deal and let's go get some food.
Gold Squadron. Hungry.